Victor Langford's world was forged in the relentless forge of Silicon Valley. Startups birthed from late-night code sprints, acquisitions that reshaped industries like clay in a sculptor's hands. At 38, he commanded Langford Innovations, a beacon of augmented reality tech that blurred the lines between dream and digit. But victory tasted like ash when Theo arrived, their miracle child, swaddled in silence. Born deaf, the doctors said, a cruel twist in the helix of genes. No cry pierced the delivery room's sterile hush, only Alara's anguished whisper, "Our little echo, why won't he hear us?" Alara Voss Langford, with her cascade of auburn waves and eyes like storm-tossed seas, had always been the dreamer to Victor's pragmatist. A historian by trade, she wove narratives from forgotten tomes, her voice a silken thread pulling listeners into eras long dusted. Motherhood amplified her fire. She devoured audiograms and cochlear trials, her nights a vigil of whispered lullabies against Theo's tiny ear. At 3, Theo was a whirlwind of sign language, fingers dancing like fireflies, signing, "Mama," with a grin that could melt glaciers. But each milestone twisted the knife. No first word, no gasp at thunder's roar, no melody to cradle him to sleep. Victor buried himself deeper in boardrooms, funding research wings in Theo's name, as if algorithms could rewrite fate. "We'll fix this, Alara," he'd murmur, kissing her forehead amid stacks of blueprints. But doubt festered, a shadow in their sunlit Palo Alto estate. Alara watched Theo chase butterflies in the garden, his laughter silent as falling snow, and vowed to unearth a miracle. It came on a rain-lashed autumn eve, during a sabbatical in the mist-shrouded highlands of Scotland, her ancestral haunt, where Langford roots tangled with ancient clans. The discovery slumbered in Aunt Myra's croft, a thatched relic crammed with heirlooms, tarnished silver, yellowed letters, and a locked cedar chest etched with Celtic knots. Mira, Alara's great-aunt, had been the family lorekeeper, her tales of selkies and second sights dismissed as whimsy. With Mira gone these 6 months, Alara claimed the key, her fingers trembling as the lock yielded. Inside, amid lace veils and faded photographs, nestled a locket, no ordinary bauble, but a filigreed oval of moonstone and gold, humming with an inexplicable warmth. Engraved on its back, Lathana Cluin, Gaelic for, Day of Hearing. A note in Myra's spidery script fluttered free, for the silenced soul. "Whisper your heart's song at dawn, under the rowan tree. Let the old blood sing." Alara's pulse thrummed. Theo, oblivious, toddled nearby, stacking pebbles into towers that toppled with gleeful abandon. She clasped the locket, its chain cool against her skin, and pocketed the note. Back home, skepticism warred with longing. Victor scoffed over dinner, his fork pausing midair. "Superstition, love, we've got trials starting next month, real science." But Alara saw the fracture in his eyes, the fear that Theo's world would forever be a glass bubble, beautiful yet untouchable. Dawn broke like a promise, painting the estate's rose arbor in gold. Alara knelt beneath the ancient rowan Mira had transplanted years ago, its berries blood-red orbs against the sky. Theo nestled in her lap, his small hands signing, "Bird. Fly," as a sparrow trilled overhead, unheard, unseen in his silent realm. She opened the locket, revealing a tiny scroll coiled within, inked with symbols that danced like flames. Unfurling it, she read aloud, her voice a fragile bridge, an incantation in Gaelic, words of earth and ether, calling forth, the melody of the veiled ones, to pierce the quiet veil. As the sun crested, Alara sang, her lullaby, the one she'd crooned since Theo's birth, now laced with the ancient cadence. "Hush now, my wandering star, through shadows and streams you'll wander far." Theo's fingers stilled, his head tilting as if catching a distant breeze. The air thickened, charged like the hush before lightning, the rowan's leaves rustling in unnatural symphony. A vibration hummed through the locket, warm as a heartbeat, threading into Theo's chest. His eyes, emerald mirrors of Alara's, widened, not in fear, but wonder. And then, the impossible, a gasp, raw and real, escaped his lips. "Ma, Ma." The world fractured. Alara's song faltered, tears carving rivers down her cheeks as Theo clapped, the sound sharp and startling. "Bird, sing." He pointed skyward, the sparrow's trill now his anthem. Victor burst from the house, drawn by her cry, half sob, half joy, collapsing beside them as Theo babbled, "Daddy run. Fast. Words tumbled like freed birds, each one a miracle stitched from silence. Doctors swarmed, scanners whirring in sterile bays. Idiopathic reversal, they marveled, charts graphing the ungraphable. The locket, analyzed in labs, its moonstone yielding no anomaly, yet Alara knew, it was no relic of science, but a vessel of legacy, Myra's gift, perhaps a whisper from the old folk, the fairy kin whispered in Highland firesides. Victor, once the architect of doubt, clutched the note like scripture. You found it, Alara. You brought him back to us. But the true resurrection unfolded in the quiet hours. Theo's first storm. Thunder rumbling like giants' laughter, his face alight, not shadowed. Bedtime symphonies, Alara's voice weaving tales of Selkies who traded silence for song. Victor, shedding his armored suits, built forts of blankets where they harmonized off-key, Theo's piping treble the sweetest discord. The locket hung above Theo's crib, a sentinel of silver, its warmth a nightly promise. Word spread like wildfire through Victor's circles, philanthropists pledging fortunes to folklore archives, skeptics humbled. Langford Innovations pivoted. Echo Weave, a platform blending AR with oral histories, amplifying lost voices worldwide. At the launch, under a canopy of Rowans, Theo, now 5, a chatterbox with curls like Alara's, gripped the mic. My mama sang me awake. And the stars, they whisper secrets now. The crowd stilled, then erupted, but Victor's gaze locked on Alara, her hand in his, the locket pulsing at her throat. In the afterglow, as fireflies danced in the garden, Theo signed along with his words, love you, always, a bridge between worlds. Alara leaned into Victor, the impossible no longer a dream, but etched in their son's laughter, proof that some mysteries mend what medicine cannot, that love, fierce and forgotten, can coax sound from the void. Yet in the locket's glow, Alara glimpsed Myra's shadow, a nod from beyond. The old blood sang on, in a boy's unbroken voice. Thank you for watching this story till the end. Sparkles, if it touched your heart, please support us. Thumbs up, give it a like. Speech balloon, share your thoughts in the comments. Bell, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Your support helps us create more stories that inspire and make you believe in miracles. Your participation means a lot to us.